Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to discuss Sipher's initial public sale of their token. It's happening in 5 days, 8 hours, and 4 minutes, as you can see down here. This project's been on my radar for a little while, so we're going to look at a trailer, and then I'm going to talk about how to purchase the token and what you need to do to get prepared for this, if that's what you're interested in. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and let's dig in. So what is Sipher? Sipher is a MOBA open world game. So imagine a combination of Brawl Stars and World of Warcraft, and that's essentially what you get with Sipher. The world of Sipher is pretty vast. There will be land ownership, there'll be trading at a bazaar, kind of like in RuneScape, where you had that grand bazaar. There'll be game characters, and if we go to the gameplay here, we can see that we have different classes and skills. So you'll have a character that is an NFT, and you can level that character up and hopefully sell it on the market for a greater profit. We also have factions as well. So in this open world that Sipher's created, we have 3 different factions. We have the Maximalist Templars, and these are the descendants of the Knights of the Templar. This organization takes a dominant view on things. This is the religious organization, very vehement and full of zeal. Then we have the Centurion Scholars. These are the scientists. And then, of course, we have the Shade Brotherhood, which is kind of like your assassin organization operating in the shadows and political doublespeak and things like that. Each faction, of course, has their own playstyle, their own strategic benefits. So really, you as a player can choose which faction you want to go with based on what strategy you want to employ in the game. If we head on over here, we can kind of get a sense of what this game's about. So I will attach this down below if you want to read it in more depth. But essentially, the game takes place in a universe where the Earth has been sucked of all its finite resources, and humanity has created a virtual realm for humanity to live. And this virtual realm is called Cypheria, and it satisfies all of humanity's basic needs. And basically what they do is humans in this futuristic world bond with digital avatars, and these avatars are known as surrogates. And this is how humans kind of live and explore this new virtual world that they've created. If we hop on over here, I have a trailer that we can actually watch, which kind of intros the game a little bit. So let's just watch that. Yeah, so that is basically the trailer. And, you know, this game has actually been on my radar for a while. I just haven't quite decided how I'm going to approach it. It looks interesting, but in this video, actually, with you, I'm looking over it more as well and trying to gauge whether or not I want to jump in. They've already had several NFT sales, I believe. So if we go over to OpenSea, we can see that these are the characters that you would be playing as in the MOBA. So we have 2 sets of NFTs that have already been released. Cypherian Surge with a floor price of 0.3 ETH. And these are the Cypherian Surge NFTs. And then we also have another set of NFTs that have also been released, which are the cat characters that we saw in the trailer. And I believe those are called the Cypherian Flash. So if we hop on over there, if this could actually just load. Well, it's having trouble loading right now, but essentially it's the cat characters you saw in the trailer, and you'll be playing in an arena that looks something like this. So this is some gameplay footage we have of Sipher's battle arena. Full gameplay is set to release sometime in Q1 of next year. If we head over to the roadmap, and again, all of this will be available in the description down below for you to look at, but we could see that right now they're having their token sale, so they're on schedule for that. And then the next quarter, we're going to be having a PvE gameplay, so player versus environment gameplay demo. They're going to be releasing their comic book series, and their comic looks something like this. So these are just some kind of sketches from their comics. And this will be released for the Genesis holders of the NFT. The next thing that they're going to be doing is they're going to be having in April and May, they're going to be having the PvP gameplay demo. So again, this game is an ambitious project. It's a MOBA open world, which is very ambitious. And I would say that the game development is probably going to take at least a year until all of it is fully fleshed out and ready to go. But until then, we'll be getting beta gameplay and things that we can test out to see how the project is going. One of the things that makes me kind of bullish on the project is that a lot of influencers are talking about it. So one influencer right here, this guy, Alex Becker, he has about 500,000 followers on Twitter, and this is one of his top 10 picks for games. And he's not the only one in this category. There's plenty of people on YouTube and Twitter who are promoting this game and investing in this game. So that is one bullish indicator for me, at least, that this game could have promise. The tokenomics are a dual token system. So there's two tokens in this economy. There's Sipher and then there's Aether. And Sipher is the governance token. It's kind of like your AXS for Axie Infinity. It is a multifunctional governance token. It's required for cloning and the creation of new characters, which is kind of like their breeding mechanism. And it's also used for staking and getting rewards from staking. And this is the token that is going to be launched in 5 days. So this is the one we're looking at right here, their governance token. Now, Aether, on the other hand, is kind of like their earn token, I believe. It's needed for, it's a needed resource to power all the in-game creation and progression activities, crafting, leveling up characters, equipment, unlocking new skills, building on top of land. It's minted and rewarded to players after they complete the battle or after they win the battle. So just like in Axie Infinity, where you're rewarded with SLP, Aether is kind of like the SLP of this universe. It's the rewards token. It's the earning token. Now, just like most dual token economy systems, Aether is also burned as you go through certain activities in the game. So very similar to SLP in that sense too. And the game Sipher has put in place many sinks that they're still working with, but you can kind of read through this yourself and look at this more in detail. But yeah, these are all burn sinks that kind of outline how they're going to stabilize the price of Aether and their dual token economy. If we look down here, we can see some more details about how this economy works. So again, they have the character cloning, which is kind of like breeding. You can use your character to create more characters, and this will cost Sipher in order to do that. They also have the disintegration of clones. So you can also disintegrate clones and get their component parts. So that's kind of interesting. In terms of deflation, Aether will be used. So here are some of the burn mechanics. And they have this little fire icon right here to indicate that, I guess. And Aether is used as a crafting cost. So every time you craft, Aether will be burned. Aether is burned to speed up the creation time by paying more to the laboratory. Different specific resources that are required, resources plus Aether to level up a character, and it goes on, but you can kind of take a look at this yourself, but these are just some of the sinks that they're planning on doing. Another game mechanic that they have is you can also, when we get into the open world component of this game, you can send your characters out on missions as well. I don't know much about that, but I know that there's some sort of automatic ability to send your characters out on missions and earn for you or get rewards of some sort, maybe NFTs. So now that you know more about this game, let's talk about the token sale and what that is going to look like. So the first thing I would do is right after this video, you should probably get on Sipher's Twitter just so that you can be aware of the updates that they're making. For instance, today they just released a frequently asked questions panel, which you should check out in case you have any questions about this token sale. But essentially, they're doing it in a very different way. So the way that Sipher is choosing to do their token sale is actually directly from their own website. This is going to be up and running around the 6th, I believe. So just keep your eyes on this. But let's just talk about it a little bit. If we head over here, we'll go to this Medium article over here, and we can see that they have all this information about the token sale. So the first thing they discuss is a little bit about Bitcoin and Ethereum, just introducing people to the network effects in crypto and that are possible in crypto. Then they have a section about the tokenomics of the Sipher token, which we've already discussed. And they have a little bit here about the token distribution and vesting. There will be a 1 billion supply of Sipher, and this is kind of subject to vesting over a period of time. If we go down here, we can see that the a little bit more information about the token sale itself. So one of the big criticisms that Sipher is laying against other token launches is that they haven't been fair. They've been subject to gatekeeping. A lot of them have been on launch pads or IDOs, and you can only get into them if you have a lot of money or you're already in with that IDO. It's kind of like, you kind of have to be part of the cool crowd in order to get in on the token launch in the first place. Also, their criticism is that many IDOs are subject to bot manipulation, unequal token purchase prices, and their solution to this, long story short, is essentially something that they call an IBCO. So this is basically an initial bonding curve coin offering. And their initial public sale launch will be 40 million, so that's 4% of the Sipher tokens. These will be pre-minted, and the starting price of each Sipher token is 36 cents. And the way that this works is essentially it's all happening on a bonding curve. So each time funds are contributed, the final price of the token will increase. So for example, if you have 1,000 Sipher tokens for sale in the IBCO at a starting price of $1 per token, and a person contributes 1,000, there's now $1,000, 1,000 Sipher tokens, and the price will be $1. However, when person B contributes another 1,000, there's now 2,000, and the current price will be 2. So as more people invest, the price will increase until the IBCO the token gets to a final settlement price, and that is the price that people will buy the token at. So the final price after everyone's contributed is the price that people will buy the token at. And they're doing this for a couple of reasons. First of all, they say it's an automated and decentralized mechanism, which kind of fits into the philosophy of crypto. But what's more important is it's an equal price for all participants. It basically eliminates the possibility of bots manipulating the price because, the bots aren't going to... There's no reason for a bot to engage in this at all. I mean, you could have as many bots as you want, but you're still going to be paying the same price as everyone else. The other thing is, of course, one of the concerns would be is that if the price is too high, is it still worth it for me to engage in this? Well, you have the option to withdraw any funds you contributed. So if the final price seems a little too high for you and it's just not worth it anymore, you have 72 hours to basically withdraw your funds if that's what you want at any time during this ICBO or IBCO. They also say that this prevents whale pump and dumping or price manipulation. In my opinion, that has yet to be seen, but the theory does remain sound in the sense that the price remains the same for everybody, so what would be the point in pumping and dumping a price or manipulating a price if there's no real way to do that? But who knows? We'll see what happens. This is all an experiment at the end of the day. The interface for the Sipher token will look something like this. So again, this is their website. This is the page we just saw a few minutes ago where there was nothing on it. But this is essentially what the interface will look like. You'll deposit your tokens. You'll say how much you want to deposit. And that is essentially it. So, yeah. So it kind of all happens on their own website. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is there are a few countries that are excluded from this IDO, as there is a lot of times. The United States is frequently a country that cannot participate in these, unfortunately. But here are a list of the countries in case you are interested in knowing about that: Albania, Barbados, Cambodia, Burkina Faso, Cayman Islands, Haiti, Jamaica, Malta. You can read through this yourself, but these are just some of the countries that will not be able to participate in this event. So that's essentially all I have for you today on the token launch information. Again, this token launch is coming up rapidly, 5 days. The Sipher team has said that they are going to release a demo video on how to actually purchase the token as we get closer to the date. And again, you can follow more announcements on their Twitter. And if you have any questions about the token sale, I would highly recommend checking out this panel right here, where they go over a whole bunch of questions. Some of the questions are, why is there no Sipher token whitelist? Why do VCs receive more allocation during the token sale? We also have a section in here about why your country may be excluded. They go over that a little bit. But yeah, essentially that is it on this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please subscribe and like, and I will see you next time.